If this is your last term at KPU, most likely you have the question, how do I apply for graduation? This video will give you a brief overview on the graduation application process. In order to graduate and receive your credential, you must apply for graduation. The earliest you can apply for graduation is at the beginning of your last term. If you are unsure whether you are in your last semester, it is always a good idea to confirm with an academic advisor. You may also use my action plan to see whether you are on track to graduate. If you like to graduate on time, it is important that you review the deadlines on KPU's graduation webpage and apply within the dates stated there. For instance, if your last term is fall, you must apply between September 1st to October 31st in order to graduate by the end of January. If you apply after October 31st but before December 31st, your graduation will be delayed by a month to the end of February. Similarly, if your last term is spring, the following deadlines apply. And if your last term is summer, you must apply between May 1st to June 30th to graduate by the end of September. Submitting your graduation application is simple if you are declared into the correct program. All you need to do is log into your OSS portal. Click on Student menu. Select Records, then click on Apply to Graduate. Another way to reach the Apply to Graduate page is through your student profile. Simply visit one.kpu.ca and click on the student profile. Then, you may be directed to enter your KPU student information, ID, and password. After reaching your student profile, click on Apply to Graduate. Then, you will be directed to the graduation application page. Once you have reached the graduation application page, you can now enter your information to apply to graduate. From the drop-down menu, choose your last term. Next, you will be asked to confirm the program you are going to graduate from. If you have more than one program to choose from for graduation, you will only see 2 programs. If you have more than 2 programs, once you have applied for one and goes back to the beginning, 2 different programs will be shown. Click in the radio button beside the program that you would like to apply to graduate from and click Continue. The next screen to appear will be the graduation date selection for the students to select the graduation date. The first item is information on the primary degree that you have chosen to graduate from. If you want to view more information about your program, click on the drop-down arrow on the right. Next, you can select your graduation date from the drop-down menu. The date that appears is dependent on the date you apply to graduate. Once the student has selected the graduation date, the Participate in Convocation question will appear. The student will select yes or a no, or they will leave the answer as undecided. If a student leaves the answer as undecided, this response will be taken as a no and you will need to contact the graduation unit before the posted deadline on the graduation webpage to inform us if they would like to participate in the ceremony. There will be no deferring of convocation ceremonies. After you have answered the questions, click on Continue. The system will then display your name as it will appear on your credential. You will not be able to change your name through the graduation application module. To do that, you will have to go through the process with Student Enrollment Services. Click Continue if your name on credential is correct. Next, you will need to verify the mailing address for your credential. The student can click on the drop-down menu and select one of the options. New, if you would like the credential mailed to a different address than your current mailing address. If this is the case, please enter your new mailing address. Mailing your current mailing address. In most cases, this is your current mailing address on your student record. Once you have entered your address selection for the credential, Click on Continue and the Graduation and Convocation Summary page will then pop open and show you the information that you have keyed into the system. You should review the information carefully and go back for correction, if needed, before submitting your application. If all the information is correct, please select Submit Request and then you will receive an acknowledgement that you have submitted your graduation application. At the bottom of the acknowledgement, your student number will appear followed by /#. Students don't need to be concerned about the number following the slash as it represents the degree sequence in Banner and has no meaning to the students. If you did not declare into your program within the deadlines stated on KPU's declaration webpage, kpu.ca/declaration, or if you would like to graduate from a different program than the one you declared previously, you must submit a paper application. Submitting a paper application will only take a few minutes. Visit the graduation webpage, kpu.ca/graduation, and you will see a hyperlink to the Graduation and Convocation Application form under Step 2. Clicking on this link will take you to the form. To complete the form, it's simple. First, enter your first and last name, student ID number, your signature, and the date. Then, enter the calendar year that you wish to have your program requirements assessed against. Next, select your credential level and type in your program name and major/minor or co-op info if applicable. The next question asks you whether this is an exit credential. If you don't have any plans to continue your studies at KPU in the following semester, please select Yes. For the next question, select Yes only if you transferred courses from a previous credential at another post-secondary institution, otherwise, select a No. If you have selected Yes in the last question, please provide the name of the institution. Lastly, for the convocation ceremony application part, please let us know whether you plan to participate in the convocation. After you complete everything, please email the completed form to graduation@kpu.ca. Once you have submitted your application to graduate, you will receive a confirmation email like this. Please check your graduation application summary by selecting the View Application to Graduate option on your student profile and verify that the following information is correct. The first information to verify is your graduation date. Once you have been assessed as meeting all graduation requirements, your name will be forwarded to have your credential conferred at the Senate meeting. The graduation roll will be updated within 2 business days, and your credential will be mailed to you. You can check your graduation status at any time on your MAP audit if you are graduating with the same credentials shown in your default MAP audit. Next, check whether or not you will be attending the convocation ceremony. If in your application to graduate, you did not answer whether you intend to participate in convocation, or your answer was no or undecided, and you now wish to participate, you can contact the graduation unit at graduation@kpu.ca from your KPU email account before the deadline stated in your confirmation email to inform us that you would like to participate in the convocation ceremony. After that, verify your credential name. This is the name that will be printed on your credential and on your official student record. If this is not your legal name and you wish for it to be corrected, you must first update your name on your student record before we can change your credential name. To change your name on your official student record, use the Student Information Change form available at kpu.ca/ses/forms. Any updates should be done immediately, or your credential will be issued with an incorrect name. Once your name has been updated on your student record, inform us immediately at graduation@kpu.ca so that we can update your credential name. Next, check that your credential mailing address is up to date. Your credential will be mailed to this address 5 to 10 business days after the Senate meeting at which your credential is conferred. If you change your mailing address after you have applied for graduation, please update your mailing address using online self-service. Once your mailing address has been updated, inform us at graduation@kpu.ca so that we can mail your credential to the correct address. KPU is not responsible for credentials lost or damaged. A $25 fee is charged for reissuing a credential. Finally, please confirm the curriculum you are applying to graduate from. Please only email graduation@kpu.ca if any of the information shown on the graduation application summary page is incorrect. If all the information is correct, you do not need to email us. Now that you have submitted your graduation application, you may wonder what happens next. Once the graduation office receives your application, your graduation status will change depending on my action plan. After your final grades come out, the graduation department will assess your application, and if you are deemed eligible to graduate, you will be assigned a graduation date and your status on my action plan will change to Senate approval pending. You will officially graduate on the graduation date assigned to you. For more detailed information on the graduation process, visit kpu.ca/graduation. If you are an international student and have applied for graduation, you are probably wondering when you will receive your post-graduation work permit letter. Your post-graduation work permit letter will be sent to you directly from KPU International once your graduation has been finalized and approved at the appropriate Senate meeting. For more information regarding this, please watch our video on KPU documents required to apply for post-graduation work permit. You may find this video on the KPU International Advising webpage. If you have any further questions, please contact KPU International directly by email at internationalstudents@kpu.ca. Lastly, on behalf of KPU International, we would like to congratulate you on your success, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.